Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Santa Anita Park here on Saturday. It is April the 22nd, 2017. Gonna look at the stakes races on today's program from Santa Anita, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. So let's get on to it. The stakes races I'll be looking at are races 4, 8, and 9. 4, 8, and 9. So let's get on to it. Starting off race number 4 from Santa Anita. It's one of my favorite races of the whole year. It's the 78th running of the San Juan Capistrano Invitational. Grade 3 purse $100,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 6 horses going the distance of ground of about 1 mile and 3/4 down the hillside turf course. About 1 mile 3/4, so they basically go down the whole hillside turf course and then do one lap around the about 7/8 of a mile turf course. And this is the last year, if you remember this race, they since they got so much rain in California, like the last probably 15 months or so. Last year, they had to take the race off the hillside turf course and run it on the inner portion of the turf course, the main portion of the turf course, and run it at a mile 7/8. So that's what they did last year with this race. And also, last year was the first time that they returned it to its usual April closing day kind of position on the calendar instead of having it at the end of June or early July. I think it fits perfectly at this time of the year, and it's always a good race. It's always a fun race to watch. But my top pick in this one, I like the 4-horse Endornate. I'm gonna go 4-6-2-5 in the TriCast in the superfecta here. 4-6-2-5 in the super, but my top pick in Dornate. Sorry if I say it wrong. 2-1 Corey Nakatani for Richard Baltas. This 5-year-old horse out of Harlan's Holiday. Most recently on the 25th of March at Santa Anita. 1 mile and 1/2 in the San Luis Reyes Stakes. This horse finished 7th by 5 1/4 lengths. It was a little bit closer early on in the race. Then, it didn't have the best of closing kicks. The only horse that, the course wasn't playing to closers that day, let's just say that. But start before Santa Anita, February 25th, mile and 1/4, an optional 62 claimer. First start off the left. This horse finished 2nd by 3/4 length. It was closing up well that day, but just needed a little extra kick. And then August 27th at August 27th at Saratoga, mile and 1/2, and the Sword Dancer. This horse finished 5th by 18 1/4 lengths that day. If you remember, this is the horse that made room for Flincher to go up the rail to win the Sword Dancer in some kind of, what do you call that, controversial decision ride by Aaron Grider to make some room for his stablemate. But, this horse finished 5th out of it after setting the pace. Wasn't winning that race at no shot. Finished 5th in a mile 16 Saratoga race, but his last victory came at Belmont a mile and 1/8 on June the 11th. Horse won by a nose, just getting up there, closing up. I think in this spot, this horse should have a very good run, so watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for the 4th from Santa Anita, it's the 78th San Juan Capistrano. Gonna go with the 4-horse. Gonna go 4-6-2-5 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 8 from Santa Anita. The 8th race is the 64th running of the Californian Stakes, grade 2 purse $200,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 6 horses going the distance of ground of a mile and a mile and 1/8 on the main track. This is the local prep, I believe, for the Hollywood Gold Cup coming up this year, actually Memorial Day weekend. I believe it might be even on Memorial Day. It's an okay spot for the race. I think they're going to be missing a good kind of, with the Suburban in early July, but I was going to say they're missing a good race at the beginning of July. But, we'll see how it does, the Hollywood Gold Cup in Memorial Day. But my top pick in this one, I think a single in the pick 4. I would go with the 1-horse Collected. I'm going to go 1-6-2-3 into super, 1-6-2-3 super. But my top pick, number 1, Collected, 8-5, Martin Garcia for Bob Baffert. This horse is making his first start off a laugh earlier this month at Santa Anita, April the 1st, 1 mile in the Santa Ana Mile. This horse won by 3 3/4 lengths that day. Sat back early, excuse me. Got the lead the midpoint of the race and then took off clear. Very nice victory, beating Dortmund. That was Dortmund's final run before he got retired. But, he just ran a good race off the last. Really surprised me. I wasn't expecting him to run that big of a race. But start before Pimlico, May the 21st at mile 3/16 in the Grade 1 Preakness on the slop. This horse finished 10th by 22 1/4 lengths at 14-1. Was, sat third or fourth off the lead that day. It was a little bit wide and really tired and stretched. I don't if the track is sloppy today, throw this horse out because I don't think he liked it at all. But this horse won Lexington before that. Won the Sunland Derby kind of race that ran in 2016 at Sunland Park. They can run the Sunland Derby if you remember because they had the big herpes virus there. But this horse won the replacement race by 2 lengths. Finished fourth in the Southwest, won the Sham. It's a great miler kind of horse. I think he'll do well here today. So to recap my bets for the 8th from Santa Anita, it's the 64th Californian. Going to go with the one horse Collected. Going to go 1-6-2-3 in the superfecta. And remember, if you play a multi-race wager, I would single the one horse Collected. So now let's get on to race number 9 from Santa Anita. The 9th race is the 23rd running of the Misdirection Stakes, per $75,000. It's for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. We have a field of 10 horses going the distance of ground of 6 1/2 furlongs. About 6 1/2 furlongs down the hillside turf course. And I show this diagram. It gives me a second to look down at my notes, so just bear with me. And plus, some people might not know the what 6 1/2 furlongs down the hillside turf course is. Of course I do. But my top pick in this one, I like the 2 horse, number 2, Desert Steel. I'm going to go 2-10-9-5, 2-10-9-5, but my top pick, number 2, Desert Steel, 5-1, Flavian Pratt on this 5-year-old mare out of Desert Code. Most recently on the 18th of March at Santa Anita, 6 1/2 furlongs in the Irish O'Brien. This horse finished second by 4 lengths. Finished second to Nola Gray is a great horse, but this horse didn't have the best of starts, but was really going at the end, closing at the end. Couldn't catch Nola Gray, but it wasn't a half bad race. But start 4 January 28th at Santa Anita, 6 1/2 furlongs in Sunshine Millions filly mare sprint. This horse finished third by 1 1/4 lengths. Set the pace early on, then really hit the wall. Nola Gray beat this horse again that day. Just didn't have the best of starts. And then the Bear Fan Stakes at Golden Gate, 6 furlongs, December the 4th. Horse finished third by 4 1/2 lengths. It was closing up that day, but just needed a little extra kick. I think in this spot, this horse should have a very good run going back down the hill. So watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for the 9th race from Santa Anita, so 23rd Misdirection. Going to go with the 2 horse Desert Steel. Going to go 2-10-9-5, 2-10-9-5 in the superfecta. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.